exciting stuff, right? Riveting stuff. So then in here, I've got, and these boxes are awesome. You know, you go to like a supermarket, and you pick up these lunch boxes. You know, you pick them up. I bought these on special. They're on special. I just happened to be in the store and they're on special. Like less than half price. I think I picked up every single container for. You know, I don't think I paid more than $30 Aussie for the whole lot. They were just so cheap. These are probably about, $2 each. They're not bloody expensive. In here, I've got all my eye loops. Now, to be honest, I'm not a huge eye loop person. I tell you what I use, and everyone is different. But I use my goggles. I use these. These are just cheap ones. You know, I looked at getting expensive ones, but these are about $20. You get different magnifications. I've got the 3.5s in there. I also wear normal glasses for obviously reading. I don't wear glasses normally, but just for reading. And I wear them inside of this, so that's nice. Sits on the head, you get double vision. I just can't seem to get used to wearing these bloody loops. I just can't. But so I've got these. This came in obviously the TZ school. So these are Bergeron. No, it isn't. The clip is a Bergeron. But the actual loop is a Bausch & Lomb, is that how you pronounce it? It's a 4 times, and it's come in a really nice suede bag. I think this is a 10 times, 4 times. As I get on, I suppose I'll just give these a crack and see if I can use these. But you know, I did buy this cheap pair. These ones here got LED lights, and I think I paid $10 for these. They came with a number of different optics, 10, 20. 25, 15 times ones. And this one's flip up as well. See that? And they've got a little light on there as well. If I can tell you, see, a little LED. I tend to wear the 10 times one if I want to have a look at, like a pivot or a jewel, a little bit closer. I don't want to grab a normal loop out. I put these on there, okay. But they do annoy me a little bit, but it is what it is. You can't have them both. On and look through it. It's just doesn't work. But it's good. You can have a 10 times in one and a 20 times in the other, and away you go there. That's those there. How are we going? 45 minutes, my God. All right. And then these ones here, I bought these. I bought these as well from these ones here. Clip on your eyeglasses, and they've got 2 types of magnification. They're the 4 times and the 10 times. Again, I just can't get used to the one eye thing. I don't know. And another 10 times one that I've had for about 15 odd years. Just seeing this one here, I probably had for about 20 years, a 4 times one. Just stuff you just accumulate over time. So that's that there. My goggles. Again, a good set of. Let me just snap that back in place. Hang on, sorry. A good set of eyewear is going to make your experience a lot more pleasurable. Absolutely. So I would recommend strongly in that. Other things you will need are, let me just make sure I'm in camera here, are these plastic containers. Great for storing parts. You know, the cheapest chips, they're like $2 each or whatever, $1 each. Got some Rodico in there. Need some Rodico, I'll go through that. Rodico's awesome stuff. Use it for lots of things, cleaning up, too much oil and grease and stuff, and picking things up, wiping down stuff, really good. Storing stuff on there, picking screws out of movements if you drop a screw in the movement. The pith wood is good for cleaning. As you can see, this one here has been, let me just grab it out. This one here on this side has been absolutely gone to town on with my tweezers and screwdrivers just to clean that. Then you get a little bit of a hair on it or some oil or grease or crud. That's another movement that I picked up to my neighbour. My neighbour Rob, big shout out to Rob. My neighbour Rob's is like me, we're not hoarders, right? We're not hoarders, we're collectors. He just found this in his garage and he goes, it's sort of working, and when you wind it, it does work. So he's got full wind now and it works, and then it'll stop. And I think what's happening is, from a brief look, the second hand is hitting on the minute hand, I think, as well. But it's probably, look at it. It's got a crack right here in the crystal. So it's probably dirty as all. I'll be doing, this is just a normal manual wind. I'll be doing a video on that one for sure. That's why I've got it sitting in this here, because that's one of my next projects. Try to get it working. Screwdrivers, I've gone through them, easy done. Goggles, I've gone through them. What else have we got in here? What I did buy as well. These are cheap. These are like a set of dental tools, and I'm not a dentist, right? A set of dental tools. These, I think I paid for these again $10. The good thing about these is you just get into, like, if you're trying to align the train wheels. Just sometimes you want to get in under the bridge, just to wiggle things a little bit. These are great. Again, for $10, whatever it was, it's well worth the investment. I do have a friend of mine that's in the dental field, and he said I'll give you an old one, but I thought no, that's okay. This one here, puffer. I got to puff my screen. Puffer, need a puffer. This is the this one came in the kit as well. This is like the Bergeron one. I keep it in a cup like this because, you know, these things here tend to roll around, and they'll you know, you'll take all these screws, and you have all your screws lined up and have all your, you know, for example, you know, your main bridge screw and this screw and that screw, and then this will just roll over everything, and then you just end up with a whole heap of mess. And if you're a professional, then that's okay. But if you're like me, you start getting very verbal. So put that in one of these little aerosol containers. It stops it from rolling around. Good little tip. There you go. If that 40 odd minutes that I've spent talking, 50 minutes, if that's what you picked up, that should be good enough. These are sort of a little bit extras, but you know, you can pick this stuff up. Press tool. This here is used to put on snap-on case backs and pressing in new crystals. You buy this in a kit. It comes with all these nylon dies. You know, you screw the dies in top and bottom, put your thing in, push out, you know, push out your old crystal and push in a new one. Again, this is cheap. I haven't even used it yet. Oh no, I think I've used it once to snap on a case back, not because I needed to, because I wanted to play, right? So I thought I might as well spend. Again, you pick these up for like $20. I know you can get other expensive ones and pay, you know, bigger money for them, but gee whiz. If you're a professional, I get it. It's like a professional mechanic will probably have, you know, snap-on tools, where people like me, I probably won't go buy snap-on tools, but I'll buy something that's middle to upper, because I want nice tools. Because I do like mucking around in the garage as well and working on engines, and I don't like having crappy tools. And I'll just show you this as well, since we're talking about engines. I work on racing two-stroke engines as well. I have another little hobby where I like racing supercarts, in fact. So they're two strokes, and yes, I've got lots of little nice tools in that. One of these really useful, and I'll show you another one that I've got. I'll grab them now. Making old man noises, right? Hammers and measuring tools. Just a set of calipers. Plastic ones, which are good for measuring between lugs and measuring the sizes of, you know, just whatever. Plastic, so they're not going to scratch up your watch. Got a little, and these are like $5. I think this one here was like about $1. They're good, but honestly, eye gauging, awesome. I use this on my engines. Never let me down. I was gonna buy a Mitsui Toyo one, but it was like 4 times the price. I thought I'd give this a crack. This was about I think $70 Aussie, $70-$80, and it's got a little depth thing here, but it's absolutely awesome. I'm telling you right now, mate. This is, you know, it zeroes off, always zeroes off. The repeatability is 100%. Sorry, 100%. It does millimeters, you know, inches and fractions, and absolute zero, whatever absolute. It is just, I think it's IP54, which I think it can take some sort of liquid or whatever it is. But it just moves really nice, and like I said, the repeatability always zeros, always, never had a problem. Eye gauging, awesome. Also, the only problem with these ones, I don't think they automatically turn off. With I think the Mitutoyo ones, after a period of time they turn off. So you got to turn it off, or else your battery's going to go flat. But who cares? Awesome. If you're gonna button that, just the jaws are nice and flush, and it's sharp, and you can, I use it when I'm working on the lathe in there. If I want to mark something in the lathe, and these are so sharp, I've gone a bit too much, haven't I? It's like I have a love affair with it. But these are nice. Eye gauging. Like I said, $70 odd, really money well spent. And also in here I've got some, little hammer, brass hammer, just another little cheap hammer that I bought off eBay. I think I bought this with one of these puffers, and I think it came I bought the whole lot for about $5. Little gauge here. I just love these sort of things. I don't know. I've just always had a fascination about tools and stuff. But set of calipers, need a set of them. Put them away. So you don't need to spend big dollars. You can if you want, but you don't need to. What else have I got in here? I've got lots of stuff. I won't grab those. I'll do another video, maybe some time down the track, if you guys want to see some of the other tools that I've collected over time, some of the specialty tools, I suppose. Parts trays, need sets of these. These are awesome. Again, really, really cheap. Apart from these parts trays that are about, like I said, a couple of dollars each. They're really nice. These ones here are really cool as well. And this is good for, if you want to use this to cover stuff up, if you want to put something on the cover, or in there. These are cheap, couple of dollars each. Got a couple of those, which are good in my parts tray, in my cleaning stuff, very technical term, cleaning stuff. Got a couple of these silver cloths, because I watch lots of videos, like I said, and everyone says, get these, these are awesome. To be honest, I haven't been too impressed, because they're very fluffy. They've got a lot of fluff on them. When I was putting together that watch movement, the TZ one, just when I tried to clean the inside of the case, just so much fluff. I just find that these here, just from a normal pair of glasses, are a lot better. But maybe I need to run, maybe I need to run them in a little bit. I'm not sure, but I find that these are really good. Oopsie daisy, did I move the camera a bit? Probably did. Giving you seasick. Rodico, some more sticks that I've shaped up. See how, I'll show you this. Not that I'm showing off, but I just show you. So I chuck them on my drill. And then put them on the wheel, and they come up to a really fine point. Good for cleaning if you want to clean inside a jewel or something like that. Rodico, don't leave home without it. That is awesome, good stuff. Finger cots. These are obviously the big bag of finger cots. You buy a bag like this for, I don't know, $20, whatever it is. This is a scratch pen for cleaning fiberglass. Again, optional extras. Pithwood, buy that in a box like that. I think a box like that, you got like 10 pieces. Pithwood, that was probably, I don't know, less than $10. Some more Rodico. Like I said, I've got a few bars of that. These are, I think, $6 or $7. A packet. I bought this one here because it says the premium version, so I thought premium, and it was like $1 dearer, so I thought I'll give the premium one, more improved formula, maybe different numbers. I'll give it a crack, and I'll let you know what I think. Pegwood, got heaps of pegwood. I don't know why, like a couple of bucks. So, this is the Bergeron ones. Oh, this is top of the range, mate. Look at that one, Bergeron pegwood. They've got their own Bergeron pegwood farms, I reckon. No, not really. But anyway, my sense of humour, you'll get used to it, or you will turn off one or the other. That's not $25. I didn't pay $25 for that. That was something else in there. But some pegwood there. Brush, nice brush for cleaning a case before you take the case back off. It's got a lot of crud on it. Bibs and bobs. Nice polishing cloth. That one there is good for polishing, gold and stuff like that, silver. Right. So, bit of this, bit of that. Right, let's put this stuff away. Again, you don't need all of this stuff. I mean, you will just, you will just accumulate stuff, because you will. You'll go on the internet like I do, lying in bed, nothing else better to do, right? And then you just say, oh, gee, let's look at watch parts. Then you'll find something. Oh, I need that. Oh, I wouldn't mind some of that. So, anyway, that's that. Pin box. Now, this is where you spend the money. This box here is probably worth about, you know, $400, I reckon. Far out. Did my head in. All right. I've been going on for almost an hour, but you know, I think it's important to go through this sort of stuff and just show you what you can get. You know, like I said, you can get away with just a pair of tweezers, a couple of screwdrivers, and a movement holder. That's it, and a blower, and some Rodico. You probably do, but you know, as you go on, you're going to buy stuff because you're going to want stuff. Makes your life easier. Case back tools. A ball. This balls are really good for screw backs. Gets a nice grip. Just a rubber ball. I don't know if any rubber ball would do, but this is, I don't know. It cost me $2. All right, big deal. Case back knife. I know this looks really heavy duty, right? But it's just ergonomic. The other ones, the flat ones, you know, that's nice. It's not sharp, so it's not going to damage the. I'm still need to be careful with this because it's steel, right? So steel on steel is not a good combination. So that's nice. That cost me a few bucks. I can't remember how much it was, like $15 or something. This is the Grease China brand and the Speed Lubrication brand. This is for lubricating case back gaskets. So you'll see them at work. This thing here is another case back tool. It's a Seiko one. I don't know, Seiko S, was it 284? It's a bit, look at that, a bit manky there, look at that. Anyway, I've had this about 20 years. I probably used it about 5 times. This case back tool, you've probably seen these around the blocks. These are cheap, these are like $3. Adjustable, you know, take off the, you know, if the case back's got those, like this one here. Let me just get this out. Alright, see, it's got these little lugs in them. You adjust that to fit in there, and then you just, you know, turn it off and turn it and away it comes. Same thing with this one here. It's a 3-way one. This is obviously 2-point. This is 3-point. Just gives you that extra level of security, I suppose, when you're taking off case back, so you don't slip and mar the case back. You will be very disappointed in yourself, let me tell you. So anyway, I know you don't want to sit here and watch me put my stuff back together, but it's that. Again, bracelet tools. Not again, but bracelet tools. You know, just stuff you pick up. You know, packet of. I needed 2 spring bars. I went into a watch / jewelry shop, and I said, oh, I need some. I think they were 18mm spring bars, kind of a pair. And yeah, hang on a second. Yep, just in the back, sweet. And I said to them about this. I needed a pair of 18mm, and the guy said $10, and I said $10, and I said, yeah, fair enough, $10. And I get it, he needs to make profit. So I didn't buy them, obviously. I just went online and I bought this packet here. This has got like hundreds in there. How many pieces has it got in there? I don't know, it's got probably 100 pieces in there. And I reckon I paid $20 for that. So that's good. Spares one, it's pretty much good. Again, for that watch from the TZ course, spare straps. A couple of spare straps for that. So this is obviously bracelet tools. So this is cheapest chips one. Got 2 of them. I don't know why. I think I bought that hammer. That's right. With the hammer, I got this given with the hammer as well. I think I paid for this and the hammer like $10. So that there, you put your bracelet in there, your metal bracelet in there. Sorry, and you push out the pin. Again, never used these. Never had to. Spring bar tools, just a normal spring bar tool. Nothing special about that. A&F. A&F is a good brand. Like Bergeron, A&F, Horatech, I think they make good stuff. So that's didn't even realise I had an A&F tool, but there you go. That one there's got the little the end on it there to get into the spring bar. This one here, so if you got holes in the lugs, you use that one there to get into that. Again, it's probably not in focus, but you get the gist of it. Again, I bought this. I think I paid $1.50 for that. Again, that's a sort of like similar to this, similar to that. It's a clamp where you just push out the pin. This is a nice little stand you put your when you want to work on a bracelet, especially a metal one. You slide it like that, and you can undo the screws if you want to undo. But if it was a metal bracelet and you wanted to undo the screws to take out a link, you put it in here and it sort of holds it up. Like really good. If you haven't got this, it's just a pain in the neck to just undo it. Anyway, this one here. What's this one here? It's a special little box, isn't it? I wonder what's in here. Oh yes, I know what. Yes, this is a really nice one. I think I paid about $70 for this one. This one here is mainly for. It's specifically for watches that don't have lug holes, and you want to take the bracelet off like a Rolex for argument's sake. That gets in amongst there. Again, that was a little bit expensive, but used it a few times. It works really well. But it is what it is. So that's that box there. Now you put some of this stuff away, and I know that time is a ticking. Alright, let me just grab that, put that aside. So that's that. Then I've got hand removal tools and hand setting tools and that. Again, these are cheap. The Bergeron ones are about, I can't remember, 30, 40, $50, I don't know. But these ones here are cheap. I think I paid about $10 for these. Got 3 in there, different size, putting on the hands. Use them, they work okay. I did buy a good set of these are the Horatech ones. These are to take off the hands, the Horatech hand removal tools. These are nice. And I've got a cheap pair as well here. I'll show you them. Cheap ones. These are like about $5. These ones were about, I think, $40. These ones here they just haven't got the finish. These got a really nice feel and finish to them. They're just awesome. These ones here, they're okay. They're okay. They do the job. How fussy do you want to get? And I've got a couple of dial protectors there. I tend to use a plastic bag to protect my dials. It's just easier. That way you don't scratch the bottom of the hands. A piece of plastic that I used. Anyway, and I bought some of these. These are part of. I think these are part of a kit. You bought a kit and you got these thrown in. Again, these are like a couple of bucks. Very similar to the Canon pinion remover, but it's got a spring there, so these will pull the hands off. Again, some people like using them. I don't, but anyway, I got them. Crystal remover, I haven't used it, but I might be using it on this. We'll see how that crystal goes on, whether it pops on or whether it needs one of these. Again, $15 or something. Proper hand setting tool. Look at that. You can pay. You can get the Bergeron one of these and pay like I don't know what you pay for the Bergeron. You probably paid $300 for it. This is just the cheapest chips one again. I think I paid $15 for that. I just use these pressing ones here. They seem to work okay. Got another one again, $5 or whatever. So brooches. These brooches like little files. They're not files, but they're like little files. If your hands are too narrow, don't fit on the post, you can just use these and go in there and just basically hand drill them out. Again, second hand, old set. One's missing. Handle's broken on this one. I think I paid $5. Big deal. Little clamp that you put your hand in there. You put your hand in the clamp it down, tighten it up, and then that's where you use the brooch. And you get the brooch, obviously. So you got the hand in there, so it's nice and secure. Get the brooch and ream it out. Reamers, brooches, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the difference is apart from the words. So that's okay. Again, that one there I paid about $15 for. Not expensive. Beautiful. Little nice. Probably nickel plated. Really nice. Look at that. Anyway, and I think I've got some more brooches in here. I can't remember yet. So I've got some brooches in here. I don't know. I just bought them. Again, I think I paid $5 for those. This again is another same sort of tool. You unscrew it, push it down. See, it opens up. You put your hand in there, tighten it up, and then again, the holes. You put your brooches in there and drill out the holes. Again, I think I paid $5 for that, $10 for that. Not expensive stuff. Good to have. Not essential by any means, but you know, as you get along, you're gonna. Oops, sorry, I just knocked the camera. You're gonna want some stuff. So, again, it all depends on your budget and you know what you value in that. But having some nice stuff is good. What else have I got in there? I've got some other stuff in there. I'll quickly go through. Another thing that you should have is watch paper. Get yourself some watch paper. Comes in a big box like that. There's thousands of pieces. There's 1,000 sheets. There you go. That's awesome. Other stuff that I have, not necessary, but other stuff that I've got, you know, in there. Let me just open it up. You know, some pin vices. You know, oops, sorry. Let me just. Can't see them. Pin vices and some blocks. Nice. You'll see this one a bit. I use this one quite a bit. A brass block. Just nice being brass. It doesn't scratch things. Files. I got those files from a local guy. I think it was about 30 files, and I think I paid about $15. Oil stones. These are good just to sharpen your blades when your blades on your screwdriver get blunt or you nick it. And there's a little tool there that you can just aligns it. But there's a Arkansas stone there and an India stone there. Again, not that expensive, you know. Demagnetizer always good, although my screwdrivers, my tweezers are anti-magnetic. Good to have it, just in case your watch is magnetized or screws magnetized. Again, cheap as. I think I paid for this, $10. Landed, $10 landed. That's that. What else have I got here? Getting close to the end. I know you're probably bored as all hell, but maybe you're not. Just some pliers. Pliers, stem cutters as opposed to pliers. Those there. Sorry, those there. These ones are really nice. I quite like these ones. These ones are brilliant. These ones here. I reckon these ones here, the red ones, were more expensive. Not as good. End cutters, but as you can see how there's a little bit of a. See how there's a divot in there, and you can't get flush. Where these ones here, I can get a bit more flush. Although there is a divot, just really, I thought they were going to be flush. It really annoyed me, but anyway, it is what it is. One day I'll change them out, but anyway, it is what it is. Compass, always good to have a compass, just to test the magnetism, of a watch. I'll show you this one. This one's cute as hell. I bought this from a watch. Dave's Dave's Watch Parts. Dave's Watch Parts is in the US. Got lots of old stuff in there. Look at that. It's a compass, right? How small it is. It's awesome. It's just good for if you want to see for example, if you want to see if your hairspring, for argument's sake, is magnetized rather than, you know, chuck a big compass like this, because it's so small. Look at the size difference, right? I mean, look at it compared to my nail. You can just hover it over, you know, one screw or one area, just in, you know, and we'll see if it's magnetized. Awesome, like that. It's so cute, right? I reckon I paid $5 for that. It's just, anyway, I'll say it again, cute as hell. Compasses, all right. Mainspring tools. Just a bit set of old vintage winders in there. I've got a really nice set of Bergeon mainspring winders. They cost a bloody fortune, mate. I tell you, they cost a fortune. I've used them once, and I used them once. This is a bit of a laugh. No, we've gone over now. I used it for the first time to see if I knew this is what I did. I used it once and I broke the mainspring. I snapped the end off. See, there's no end on that. I've clean snapped it off. First time I used top of the range Bergeon, and that was not because of the tool failed. It was because I failed. Anyway, some gravers. I'll show you this a little bit later on another video. I loved it. It's just I love mechanical things, right? I just saw this old vintage watchmaker's lathe, mate. Awesome. Just the finish on it, the delicacy of it. I just had to have it. So anyway, it was a local guy had it, gave me a good deal on it. These are gravers. These are the tools that you use to, like, you know, make stuff. Nobody needs those. You don't need any of that stuff. And I'll just go back to here. So I saved the best till last. This is the money shot here, right here, mate. This is where you're going to spend your money. I mean, you can spend your money. You can get a decent set of tweezers. You can get a decent set of screwdrivers, right? These are decent, but you can get a better set than this, and it'll cost you like $400, I reckon, US. But the money is all in here. Let me just bring it up properly. This is where the money is. Oil, bloody expensive. But you know what? You get what you pay for, right? And you know, Mobius, the brand of Mobius is like the industry standard, you know. And like I said, I've got no idea what I'm doing, but I think, well, if I need as much help as I possibly can get, so I ponied up for some of this, and I've been buying it, you know, a little bit here, a little bit there, because it's really expensive. These oil cups, I've got another oil cup coming, a really nice one. But this is cheap. I think I've got these oil cups. I've got 3 of them. It's a single one. This one's a triple. All right, I've got 2 triples. I think I got them all from one person. I think that I paid for this one thing. You know, I reckon I paid less than $10. I reckon I paid for all 3. I reckon I paid $20 for all 3. That was that. I put in camera there, right there, yeah. And they're nothing special, but they hold the oil. Like I thought that they would have dripped out, but they don't. They're actually quite nice. And then that green one is the Mobius 9010, which is a thin oil, and that yellow one is D5, which is a thicker oil. But yeah, this is nice, you know. And I've got the top marked top, so I know that it's not, I don't store them upside down. But I've got a nicer oiler coming, but just because I like the nicer one. Oils, you can go. Like I said, this is probably worth. There's a I haven't added it up, but I reckon there's $300-400 worth of oil in here. It's like, you know, sorry for the noise. This oil I bought like 15 years ago because I just went to a watch shop and I said I want oil so I can work on watches. And he goes, this is a good general one. It's a B630. It's got a use by date on it. The use by date's probably, you know, 1980 something or whatever. Let's have a quick look. Let's have a bit of a laugh. Has it got a use by date on it? No. But I'm sure the use by, because normally these oils have got use by dates on them. I think it's normally 5 years. Where this one here, this one will be more than expired. But anyway, good cheap oil to have. Anyway, not cheap oil, but you know. Mobius, you'll need some oils. Look, the main oils you will need are 90, and all the Mobius ones. I'm a huge, well, all of my oils are Mobius. 9010, you'll need the 9010, which is the thin oil, which I showed you before, which is there. Again, the tin looks really impressive, doesn't it? Well, so it should be. I think this is, you know, I can't remember, but this will be $50-60, right? You know, it's a 2 ml bottle, right? 2 ml bottle. There's a use by date on it. When is it? Expires April 2025, and we're now May, just 10 May, 2nd of May, right? 2nd of May 2020. So we've got 5 years to use that. I won't use this, but this is thin oil. Oh wait, oops, sorry, I just bumped you again. Oopsie daisy. Sorry, let me just move you to. Anyway. Always use the manufacturer's recommendations, but 9010 is generally a thin oil used on, I think let's say, is it low pressure, high spinning or whatever. But you use this stuff on things like the capsules for your balance wheel and the escape wheel. The escape wheel jewels and that sort of stuff. So that's what you use that for. And I think on the center second wheel, you use that on that as well. It's a light oil, really nice. Anyway, then the other one you would need is which is an industry standard, is a D5, which is this one here. Again, microglycerin. That's Mobius as well. Yep. It's a D5. D5 is a little bit thicker, and that was the yellow one that I had in there, in that little one in here. That's the D5, which that's the industry standard. I think people are starting to use. I think there's one called a HP, which is high pressure or high. What is it? High pressure, I think. HP 1300, which is sort of, I think, superseded this one. Don't quote me on that, but that's I think what I've read. But a lot of people still use D5, but the HP 1300's sort of synthetic. I don't know if this is synthetic, but this is Sinta lube, so I think Sinta means, you know, synthetic. I don't know. maybe it doesn't. Someone will surely tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about in a minute, but anyway. That annoys me, that 2021. I only bought this. No crap. I bought this about probably 2 months ago, and it's got a year shelf life on it. What a rip. There's a big bottle. Look at it. It's, 20 mils. I'm never going to use that, but anyway, we'll see how we go. I'm not a professional. I just do my own stuff, so I don't really care if it expired oil anyway. D5, but D5 as well is I think people are using, like I said, the HP 1300. I think also a thicker oil is this 9020 is a bit thicker. So a lot of the times you'll see on the oiling chart it'll have D5. Sometimes it'll have this 9020, and the 9020 is a little bit thicker. Again, I'm not gonna open all these. It's just anyway 9020. I haven't used that yet because all the stuff that like a few of the things that I've done is just been D5. But if you're just starting out and you just want to get some oil just to get you going, I don't know if there's one oil that will do everything, but I would at least invest in probably 3, maybe 4. I'll definitely start off with a 9010 thin oil. I would definitely get probably, if not the D5, the HP, Mobius again, HP 1300. I would definitely get one of these, either the Mobius 941, or, and I've got written here what it's for because I forget, or the 9415, which is 9415 with a 5 on the end of it. I don't know if this is a Super C. These oils here, like these ones here, I just want to go back. I'm sorry, might be getting one dizzy. The 9010, I'll discuss what that's for. The 9020 and the D5 are mainly used for like the third wheel, second wheel, mainspring barrel, arbor. You will tend to see that D5 is recommended a lot for the keyless works, although some people use a grease for that. Very, 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 these ones here are probably the ones that are staples. You need to get that. So I would recommend, with my limited knowledge, definitely the 9010 as a thin, 9020 or the D5 or the HP 1300 as a thicker one. And then you probably should get yourself one of these. This is to oil the escapement. The 941 is you generally put that on the pallet jewel, and this 9415 is more. I think it's more of a grease. Well, this is more of an oil. Well, I might have them mixed up, but anyway, this one's on the escape teeth. Well, whether it's on the escape teeth or the pallet jewels, what is what it is. I did see a video from somebody though say that this one here, I think you use it for a higher beat move. So if it's more than 28,000 beats per hour, use this one. Less, use this one. But anyway, one of these, one of the thick ones, one of the thin ones, all you need. And then I would recommend as well getting a bit of a grease. I've got this, the 8200 is normally for mainsprings, and the 8300 is a winding mechanism. It's recommended. And what's this one here? And if you're doing automatic movements, this 8217 is good for it's a braking grease. But one of these, a mainspring grease or a one. I mean, a grease is a grease. It depends on how crazy you want to go. I just thought, well, since I'm ordering stuff, and I ordered these, I think from, I can't remember whether these came from overseas, from the States, or from locally here in Australia. I'm not sure, but I thought, well, since I'm paying for the shipping, I might as well get a few extras. So I got that. Anyway, but that's where the money is. And of course, you'll need a set of oilers. These are Bergeon oilers, and they range in size from red and black being the smallest. Then it goes blue and green. These are really, really fine. So even though the red one is the finest in this pack, I've got a little picture here telling me which size. I still would like one a little bit finer. Just sometimes I feel like it just grabs a little bit too much oil from my life, especially the thick oil. Like the D5, it tends to grab a bit more D5 on there. So I wouldn't mind buying this. I think Bergeon's got an ultra thin black one, but an ultra thin one. So I wouldn't mind getting that. But you need a set of oil. This is cheap. Set of 4 Bergeon oilers. These ones are all about, I think they're less than $20. not expensive at all. But the oil is where the money's at. This is where you're going to spend. This is where you're going to spend a big chunk of change. But you know, it's like anything. You know, sometimes you got to spend money to get good quality. So that's my tools. I hope you got some value out of it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. But you don't need all this stuff. Like I said, you know, tweezers, good screwdrivers, movement holder, some oils, and you're there. The other stuff is just, it's just noise, right? It's just nice stuff to have, but not, you don't need everything. As you get more along the hobby, you just add to your collection. You just add to your tool chest, I suppose, just to keep you going. So hopefully you found some value in it. If you did, give us a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a comment, tell me to shut up. Subscribe, and hopefully the next video will be taking apart a watch and putting it back together, and hopefully it'll work. So thanks for joining. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye bye.